Hello YouTube, Dark Science here. Constance McMillen wanted, as many teenage girls do, to go to her prom. Knowing that the current rules in place prohibiting same-sex couples, she went to the principal and asked for permission. She was told no, and the entire student body was given notice that same-sex couples were not allowed. Constance then went to the ACLU to see what could be done about this school district's violation of the Constitution. The ACLU sent a letter to the school board stating that this violation needed to be corrected. The school board's response was to cancel the prom. It is apparent from their response that they wish to continue to violate the Constitution with their rules, denying homosexuals the same rights as heterosexuals. The ACLU has filed a lawsuit in court to rectify the situation and to give Constance and her fellow students the prom they had already, at this point, paid for in advance. This school board's decision to make Constance, by proxy, out to be the bad guy in the situation is a sad attempt to make the victim the perpetrator. This constant attempt to hold back the progress of this republic by the people who continue to desire control of their fellow man by outdated and archaic rules is getting to be more than a little annoying. This is the 21st century. When will this country realize that it can have its own ideas and thoughts without ordering its entire population to follow them? Constance, like many people in this country, are tired of waiting for the rest of the population to wake up and face the reality of a free republic. Freedom applies to everyone, not just the people one agrees with. I understand that some people have an aversion to a lot of things in this country, but no one is asking you to become involved. You are simply being asked to give other people the same rights you expect for yourselves. Until we are all equal, none of us are equal. Those that fight against other people's rights may not realize it, but there may come a day when the people you revile may be the only ones that can come to your aid when it's your turn. By turning them away, you seal your own fate. For those of you on the faith side, of all religions, this is not an attack on your moral sensibilities. I know you want this to be a Christian nation with all the rules set according to your belief set, but you need to realize that there are many faith options and not everyone follows your set. Yes, I do realize that a major majority believe homosexuality is wrong, but again, this is a free republic. If you help to take away another person's right, it may not be too long before you're unable to practice your own. If we start down the road of removing rights from those we don't agree with, it won't be long before they're knocking on our own doors. No matter what you may have been told, there is no homosexual agenda. Like yourselves, they're simply trying to live their own lives without being persecuted. Those of you that are in my age bracket remember the marches of the 60s and what we were told about those marching, and how they were trying to turn our lives upside down and change things that didn't need changing. For you younger folks that may have only seen them in old movies and books, I can only say that the same tense attitudes that you see today happened then as well. Things will change, whether folks like it or not. Just try to remember, folks, that nobody likes change. Those happy with the status quo, least of all. Don't want to sound like an old fuddy-duddy, but I've seen this before, and in time it will be an old memory, and the kids will say, "Jeez, people were really like that?" We, of course, will assure them that people were like that. They'll shake their heads and wonder about the older generations, as we did about ours and the ones that came before us. The best way we can help in this change is by showing Constance that we have and are changing and are willing to give her and her classmates a hand up in the world to come. Remember, 98% of the universe would try to kill you, so questioning is an act of survival. Peace out, YouTube.